this is Sherry. I am in Courtenay, British Columbia for the next month or so, so I am popping in from a new place. I have 3 cards for you. 2 of them did come through in reverse and 1 came through upright, so let's see what we got. The very first card that came through was Strengthening Bonds. This one did come through in reverse, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. The 1 card is about independence. It's about you doing what you desire to do, you stepping into your power, you acting from your own and your highest and greatest good. But it is really a grounding card. You are acting from a place of you being on the planet. Hi there, this is card number 1. So strengthening bonds in reverse. So because strengthening bonds came through, I want you, if you picked card number 1, to tap into, am I building a good relationship with myself? Am I connecting in with wholeness, my human self and my higher self? Because it came in reverse, it may be that you are strengthening bonds that are not actually serving you. So are you strengthening bonds with people in your life who you don't really want to have as people in your life? Are you strengthening bonds with yourself in a way you think you should, but not a way that is heartfelt for you? So I want you to tap into how you're strengthening bonds. Hi, Maria. And who you're strengthening bonds with. Because this came in reverse, it means there's a little bit of a rejig or a little manipulation that might have to happen with how you are strengthening bonds. This is a woman standing in the forest. This makes me think that she is walking through this beautiful place where she's connecting her bond to nature. So perhaps if this is in reverse for you and you picked number 1, that you actually need to strengthen your bond with nature more, that you're maybe not doing that. She's also wearing a bright orange dress, which is about creativity and your closest relationships. So are you connecting in with your creativity? Are you avoiding your creativity because of things that you have to do and not doing more things that you want to do? So tap into whether this resonates for you and whether you can strengthen bonds with new people or in different ways or with yourself in a different way. The next card that came through, which is a really popular card today, was the Refusing to See card, and it came in reverse as well. So refusing to see often makes me think that you're just, the 3 monkeys where you have the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. It's almost as though you're literally refusing to see no evil. You're refusing to see anything. Because it came in reverse, it's actually making me think that you're seeing things now in a brand new light, in a totally different way. But I want to know, if you did get this card and you are now seeing things differently, are you acting on them differently? So number 2 is that sacral chakra area. It is that area of creativity in your closest relationships. It's where you birth projects. Are you refusing to see that you can birth your creativity in the way that you interact with people and how you create in the world in a different way? Are you feeling like you don't have the tools that you need in order to see things differently, or in order to actually see things? This also makes me think, as I mentioned a little bit, about the acting. So many of you may be in this place where you're finally seeing things differently, but now you're like, oh, but how do I act on that? Or maybe it's, I don't want to act on that. Because I know when we see things differently, it's hard to unsee them. And once we see them, you have a tendency to need to react to them or to act on them or to be responsible in some way. So I want you to tap in, if this is you, how you can act on the things that you're now choosing to see, because that's where the magic is. The magic is you actually acting in 3rd dimension in a different way. So now that you know you can tie into your intuition, how do you use that as a gift? How do you use it to access things for you that are for your highest and greatest good and for the highest and greatest good of all? So allow yourself now to act if you have been seeing things in a brand new light. And the next one that came through, the number 3 card, was Well Deserved in the upright position. So many of you have been doing a lot of work and challenging things, and you've been releasing resistance, and you've been getting rid of things and people and situations and jobs and whatnot that don't serve you. But now it's time for you to celebrate that you did all that work. Many of us just want to blow full steam ahead and not actually pat ourselves on the back that we've come a long way. So the 9 is about you celebrating what has changed, how much you've accomplished, and really stepping into, you deserve this place of being rewarded because you've been doing so much and you've been working so hard. So make sure you're finding a way to celebrate, and make sure the celebration is really about you allowing yourself to see your accomplishments, because I think that's really important. And there's a lot of orange and yellow in this card, and it is about your solar plexus, about you confidently celebrating yourself, and about creatively taking new actions. So after the 9 comes the 1, and as the 1, it's all about new beginnings. It's all about grounding in a different way. So exciting for a lot of you. Let's go through those cards one more time. The first card was strengthening bonds in reverse, allowing yourself to tap into how you can strengthen bonds with yourself and with people in your relationships in a different way. Or perhaps you have to unstrengthen some of the bonds that are strong right now because the card came in reverse. The next card that came through was the refusing to see card, and it did come through upside down or in the reverse position, which makes me think that you are now seeing things totally differently. But in that new way of seeing things, you actually have to step into acting differently, because you can't see what you've now seen, so you know that there's more responsibility or different responsibility or different options available. So how can you take this now newfound ability to see and actually act upon it? And then if you pick the number 3 card, the number 3 card was you, well-deserved reward. So you stepping into celebrating all of the changes and accomplishments from your past, and making sure that you're patting yourself on the back for all that you've accomplished and all that you've excelled at. Because a lot of times we just blaze right through and don't even stop to realize that we've done a lot of work and that we've actually accomplished so much, and we're never patting ourselves on our back. And in a way, with the law of attraction, a lot of times you actually have to be the one who taps yourself on the back and says, you did a good job, I'm so proud of myself, before the rest of the world sort of reacts in that same way. So your deserved rewards are there. You just want to make sure that you're tapping in and celebrating yourself as you're moving on to your next step. So those were your 3 cards for Tuesday Tarot. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.